A little bit about me. I was born in East LA, and my mom came from Mexico to work here. She had 5 children, 4 brothers and a daughter. And she came and she worked here, sent money to her family and her kids. Her sister was taking care of my siblings. And she met my father here, who was a World War II veteran. Fell in love with her, and he says, "I want to marry you." My mom says, "You're crazy. I have 5 kids in Mexico." And he's like, "I don't care, I want to adopt them." And in fact, he had 4 daughters of his own from his previous marriage, so it was kind of like the Mexican version of the Brady Bunch. It was 5 and 4 instead of 3 and 3. It was 5 and 4, so it was like 9 kids. And then a few years later, I was born, and then a couple of years after that, unfortunately, my dad died in an accident. So most of my family was here in this country new, and they didn't know what they were doing. And my older brothers were in high school at the time, barely learning English, in Lincoln High School in East LA, Northeast LA. And funny story, my oldest brother, he was so patriotic because of my father being a veteran, he wanted to, it was the Vietnam War era. And he wanted to register, even though he was new citizen, he wanted to register. He wasn't even a citizen yet. So he wanted to register in selective services. So he saw a sign, register at Lincoln High School. This is in the 60s, during Vietnam War. And he didn't realize what he was doing because, again, English was his second language. He didn't sign up for selective service. He registered for the war. And my dad at that time said, "Son, what did you do? Let's correct this." And he said, "You know what?" He decided, "No, you know what? This is a new country. It's a beautiful country. I'm going to give," even though his English was broken. And he went to Vietnam. Luckily, 2 of my brothers came back fine. Maybe not so fine, but they came back. Yeah, if you get to know my brothers, you'll know what I'm talking about. And they came back, and my oldest brother went to UCLA, first in all of our family to go to college, and he became an LAPD officer and retired about 7 years ago on a disability. So I've had some great brothers, and my mom has been a strong figure, really emphasized giving back and always fighting. I could always remember her as a kid. She'd be looking at the TV and yelling at the politicians when they're doing wrong, right? How many of you can relate to that, right? Parents who had that. So I grew up watching that and watching everybody talk about the injustices of the world. So one thing about me you're going to see is that I believe in fairness and justice and integrity, like Mark was saying, so thank you for that. And that's why I got involved in this. I worked in politics most of my life. I was student body president of my high school. I went to UCLA. I was going to be an engineer, switched to political science. And right out of college, I worked for a United States Congress member. I worked in Washington, D.C., working on legislation. Came back to Los Angeles, worked for a county board of supervisor for many years, and I worked in city council. In 1999, I ran for city council of Los Angeles, and I missed a runoff by 213 votes out of 25,000 casted.
You're a politician.
I could have been, but instead of being a politician, I want to buy one now. Right? But politics got really dirty, and I had spent about almost 18 years of my life in politics and community service, organizing chambers of commerce, neighborhood watches, and I finally said, you know what, I'm tired of being a starving activist, and I want to help my family now, and I don't want to be, attacked. And it just got dirtier, so I got out of politics, and somebody recruited me into financial services. Can you guys? How many of you are born to be in financial services? You say, I'm gonna be an agent. All right. Oh, no, I don't think many of us plan this, right? We just fall into becoming an insurance agent. It just doesn't happen. We don't sign up for that when we're in high school. It just happens, and I didn't know what it was, and I fell in love with it. Now I don't have to worry about the politics. I can get to help people, and make money while I'm at it, right? So that was a really good opportunity there. And I just started growing and growing. I was part of another agency. A lot of us were another agency. I didn't like what the leadership was doing, some unethical stuff, so I broke away and I created my own agency. And that was also when I started thinking about the 401k with an annuity. And it's taken a few years to get to this point, but now I feel we're ready to launch this thing. And I want to launch it with you guys, if you guys want to come on board. So that was just a little bit about me, so you know my background and know how committed I am to what I do. Hi, this is Alvin Parra, and thanks for watching. If you want more information on the GreenLine 401k, click on the link on this video.